Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Data Nexus AI. In today's video, we are going to talk about box plot in a simple and easy way. I'm also going to take you through a real world example to understand how box plot are used in an industry to make a data decision. So let's get started. So what is box plot? Box plot is a 5-number summary. If you wanted to visualize any data set using box plot, it is always going to be based on these 5 numbers. And these 5 numbers are your minimum value of your data set, maximum value of your data set, median value of your data set, and the first and third quartile of your data set. In case you wanted to add mean or average of your data set, that also can be done. But by default, you would be always getting these 5 numbers. So let's understand these in detail. Okay. You can see on a screen, this is the sample graph of the box plot. Now we are going to understand where those 5 summary point lies within the box plot. Okay, so let's get started. Inside the box, we are seeing that there is a dotted line that is called median, and it tells you the mid value of your data set. On the edge of the boxes, we have the first quartile and the third quartile of the data. Okay, what first quartile says? It means that your bottom 25% of data point lies below this point. Okay, similarly, your top 25 percentile of data point always lies above this point. Understood? So in practical, if you remove the bottom 25 and the top 25, you ended up having the mid 50 percentile of data, and that is exactly called interquartile range. There is another interesting fact. If interquartile range is higher side, you will see that the higher box size. What it tells? It tells that your data is more spread within the 50% of the data set. If you are seeing the T-shaped, that is also on the taller side, means that your top and bottom 25 percentile data set is also very much spread. And this T-shaped is called whiskers. Okay, and how we get these points? By deriving the min and max value. This min also called as lower limit of data set, max is also called upper limit of the data set, and this get derived using the first quartile and third quartile and using the interquartile range. So min calculation as q1 minus 1.5 IQR. Similarly, for max value, q3 plus 1.5 IQR. Any data point outside these box plot called outlier. So far we understood how the data spread looked like, how to detect outlier. Now it comes where our data set or how our data distribution look like. Okay, so to understand the data distribution, that we get it by the median value. If median is close to Q1, means your data is right skewed. Most of the data is concentrated towards right side. Similarly, if median is close to Q3, means your data is left skewed. Most of the data lies on the left side of this. Okay, so far with me? We understand theory behind box plot. Now let's implement this. I'm going to implement on real world data set in Python in Google Colab. You can use other platform, whatever works best for you. Okay. So let's first import two of the important libraries, Seaborn and Matplotlib. This helps us for better visualization and the customization of the chart. The next step is loading the data set. Here I am just loading the pre-built data set called tips. It captures the total bill amount of the restaurant on a daily basis. Okay. And then I'm also going to print the data set just to showcase you that how the data look like. And then here is the important part where I'm just running the 4 line of code to generate the box plot. Okay, the rest of the code you are seeing here, this is just for the styling of the chart or the customization of the chart. We can skip for now. Okay, quickly moving to the sample data. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can also see it. Here, if you see in the data set, we have the total bill amount, we have the tip of the female, are they smoker, which day they came to the restaurant, is it on Sunday, Monday, and if I generate the list for the 50 sample or 100, you would be seeing the other days as well. What was the timing to coming to the restaurant? Was it dinner, lunch, breakfast, etc.? What was the size of the group? Is it 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, etc.? Okay, using this data set, I have generated this box plot. Now let's try looking closely and try to understand what this chart tells us. Okay, the very first observation, I can see that on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, we are having a higher median value compared to Thursday and Friday. Okay, even the average order value, total bill amount, is higher compared to weekdays. So these are the two observations. The third observation is the data is more spread on Saturday and Sunday, means the bill amount varies a lot on Saturdays and Sundays compared to the Thursday and Friday. You can easily see that the bill ranges from close to $8 to at max $45. Similarly, on Friday, close to $5 to at max $40, whereas on Saturday, they start close to $5 to $55. So, data is highly spread here. Okay. The another important point I can observe here is that during the weekdays we are not seeing any order value close to $50, whereas on Saturday we have hit $50 plus, and that's the reason we are seeing that the data is highly skewed on the right side due to these outliers, at the same time higher average value. Okay, now let's understand the another data set as well. Here again, I'm loading the diamond dataset. It captured the prices across the different type of cut we have in the diamond. I'm quickly jumping on the box plot main code. So this is the only code where we have to just pass the x-axis, y-axis, the data name, diamond, etc. Okay. The rest of the code has just for the beautification and styling, as I mentioned earlier. Let's quickly see how the raw data look like for the diamond. So here you can see this dataset contains multiple column, but we are only looking at the price column and the cut. So diamond cut have a very different types like the premium cut, ideal cut, very good cut, fair cut, etc. And at the same time we have the different prices. Here what we wanted to understand that how the price varies by these cuts. And the interesting part here is with one single chart we are able to understand and see the differences. Okay. So if you see on the x-axis we have the different cuts and y-axis we have the prices. Okay. So if we compare the median value, which one has the highest median? I can clearly see the premium cut category has the highest median. In fact, they have the highest mean value as well, and which make more sense as well. So here with one chart, we can compare with other category and say that okay, median or the mean average price diamond price is higher for the premium cut as always. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the data compared to the previous chart where we were seeing the data was not much skewed, here what we are observing that data is highly skewed on the right side. What it tells, it says that the majority of the data we are seeing that is compressed towards the left, but due to some of the outlier value we are seeing the data is right skewed, means the tail is longer here due to these value observation. We are seeing that on each of the cut quality we have the higher outlier value. Okay, so this is the another observation. Now moving to the another example, given I was just loading the built-in data, here I'm just going to type the data and see how the box plot look like. So let me generate a very simple box plot using the data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Let me run the code. So see, this is the simple box plot look like. We have the median value, we have the first quartile, third quartile, we have the min and max value. There is no outlier we are seeing here. Let's change the observation here to see how the graph look like. Yeah, you can see here clearly that box plot is rightly skewed, and this is very much different than the other version. Okay. So yeah, this is all about box plot. This helps us to understand in the real world how the data spread look like, what are the outlier value. We can compare multiple category at the same time. At the same time, it also explain us the data spread, distribution, etc. Thanks for watching. I hope you understand the basics of box plot. See you in next video. Bye bye.